Oh, I didn't realize I was actually live already. Oh my gosh. Off to a bad start. I'm like, let me see if there's any filters. I didn't think I was live yet. I don't think any of these filters do anything at all. We'll try that one. Okay, so anyway, good morning, y'all. I had no idea I was live already. How do I get rid of that? Okay, anyway. So I want to talk about this Tory Lanez thing. Y'all, the reason why I think, why I said in the title, you're narcissist, because it is extraordinarily narcissistic to do something, to commit a crime or whatever. Actually, let's not even say a crime. Let's just say to harm someone. It's extraordinarily narcissistic to harm someone, lie about it. That's not narcissistic in and of itself. But then to taunt the person. Revy, I'm on live. My daughter just came in butt naked. Can you get some clothes on? I'm on live on YouTube. So I'm gonna have to make this really quick. The way that he lied about it is continue to lie about it and then taunt her. And then also to employ a round of what in the narcissistic community we call flying monkeys. So people around him or her to also lie on his behalf, to attack her, to try to malign her character so that people don't believe her. That's a narcissistic thing to do. It's kind of like an unidentified, not unidentified, but almost like a hidden part of narcissistic abuse. When someone is being narcissistically abusive towards you, shooting someone is abusive and assault, obviously. But lying about it, blaming the victim, I have complex PTSD, by the way, from assault, from being narcissistically abused, and somebody outside my window just ran by and a dog started barking. It's just a lot going on this morning. Anyway, so yeah, do I know that he's a narcissist, that he has narcissistic personality disorder? No, I don't know that, obviously. But we can very, very easily call this behavior very toxic. I think that anyone who he was found guilty of what he did. 12 people on a jury. It was the state of California who went against him, not Meg. 12 people found him guilty of I think it's a possessions charge, illegal possession. I think 4 of those or 6 of those years are for the gun charges, and 4 of those years are for what he did to Meg. He acknowledged, from what I understand in my little bit of knowledge of this case, I haven't done a whole lot, but he acknowledged that he did it. In one of the statements he said, I forgot how he said it, but something like, I shot somebody I care about so deeply, or something like that. So he acknowledged that he did it later. Those are very, very high narcissistic traits. Well, let's just say that. Because before he acknowledged, he did all of that taunting, all of that character smear, all of that devaluation. You know, it follows, the whole thing follows the exact pattern of a narcissist. Like, okay, well, if you care about somebody, first of all, you don't smear them and try to get a gang of other people to smear them. In addition to denying her actual and real pain for what she went through, not just physically. And Meg has said this several times, and I as an abuse survivor myself, completely and totally agree that sometimes the abuse or what happened, the event, the traumatic event, actually isn't even always worse than the following aftermath when you're dealing with someone with high narcissistic or toxic traits, but especially someone with high narcissistic traits, because the lack of empathy they have for you is profound. And it's not just like someone not having empathy for you. It's hard to describe if you've never been through it, but it's someone acting cruel when you're in pain. And not just that, there's another layer to it. It's that they seem to enjoy it, that they revel in it, that they take pleasure in it. it honestly mimics the relationship that that white America has to Black Americans. It's a very narcissistically abusive relationship where you've got, you know, clear and obvious centuries of vicious chattel slavery, terrorism, oppression, still domestic terrorism actually on the rise, and a certain level of cruelty and like reveling in this dynamic of abuse and toxicity. So anyway, that's what he did to her, and it shows that, again, I'm not saying he has NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, but it looks like it. It looks like it, the kind of cruelty that he's done. But I don't even think that kind of cruelty is worthy of prison time. What I think is worthy of prison time is exactly what he got charged for: 6 years on illegal gun, whatever, possession, and 4 years for shooting somebody. He's not getting charged for lying about it. He's not getting charged for character smearing. That's just what happened. That's just the obvious thing that we can see that happen. I think what's really, really sad about this case in general is how many people have risen up to defend him. How many people have come forward to, I don't know, I really don't get it. I really, honestly and truly almost don't get it. Like, why his life is deemed as more valuable than hers. I get the gender dynamic, but you scared me, Reppy. Baby, can you please get some clothes on? You're naked and I'm on YouTube live, so you cannot be in here naked. Live. That means that people can see me and they can see you in all your glory. So I have a 7-year-old daughter who does not mind. She just turned 7. Who does not mind nudity. She's gone. So yeah, I mean, it's very, very obvious that men's lives are more valuable than women, and there is a racial hierarchy where Black women are at the bottom. Black women, Meg TheE Stallion is at the bottom of the racial social hierarchy, and below that is disabled Black women, trans women, disabled trans women, disabled trans Black women, like, and then, you know, as it goes up, you've got, what's next? Latino women, Asian women, you know, even Black men, and then white men. But who's at the bottom? So yes, it makes sense to me that people are defending him, but it's just wild to me. Like, sis, she presented her injuries. You know, she showed pictures. She's repeatedly, and never changed her story, repeatedly talked about the trauma she went through. Repeatedly talked about how painful it is. Repeatedly talked about how that she had periods of wanting to unalive herself because of how people were attacking her for what he did. She's really not done anything wrong, if you really think about it. And I was so disappointed to be on the Shade Room this morning. Like, it was like the first thing that came up on my feed on Instagram. And it was so disappointing to see so many people talking about how this is injustice, how he got too long, how she ain't right. Like, I saw somebody said that she's dead wrong and she know it. I saw somebody, I was like, for what? What is she dead wrong for? She got shot. And then, as far as I understand, she didn't say anything at first. Like, she first tried to protect him, and then she got lied on, so she defended herself. You know, and then she continued to defend herself when he sent all his, like, flying monkeys in the narcissistic abuse, you know, term to attack her and malign her and mischaracterize her. It doesn't make any sense. Are you dressed all the way now? Oh, okay. You can come say hi to YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. Look at this highlight.
It's a brow gel to shape your brows. So what exactly did she do wrong besides defend herself? And it's just this very sad state of the abuse cycles that I went through very well, where victims have to defend themselves for doing nothing, because people really, when people really want to protect an abuser, they will go at all lengths to discredit a victim, even when there's clear evidence, even when we know the victim did not do anything wrong, but it literally exists, and be the victim. I mean, we see this in cases where, you know, when they're on trial, they're trying to make it seem like, oh, well, she asked for it, she was wearing whatever. And it's like, in those trials, this person was literally just at a party and got...
Mom, why
yes, baby girl.
Ask for that new desk in my room one day to say, can I use that as my new makeup table? Why'd you say that? Since you just gave it to me.
Why is she calling me out like this, y'all? She calling me out.
Mom, but you actually said that, Mama.
I know I said it. So let me just tell y'all the story real quick so y'all think I'm just evil. So I found a desk in our neighborhood, like in front of the dumpster.
And
like,
you put it in my room.
I know. It was a really nice desk. Like, somebody was giving away a nice desk. It was just sitting in front of the dumpster, which is the universal sign for, we don't want this no more, and anybody's free to take it. So, because it's that time, everybody's moving in and out of our apartment because leases are up and stuff. So anyway, so I grabbed the desk, I put it in her room, and at first she didn't seem really excited about it. So I was like, you know, maybe I could use that as my makeup table, because like I have a makeup table in front of me right now, but it's really old and I really would like to replace it. And so I'm like, well, if you don't like it, and then I was like, maybe I could give her this table and then take that new desk and bring it over here, which actually is too big for this space, but. And so now Revy is calling me out about it. But
yeah,
no,
but Mom,
she's gonna keep the desk.
Yes, I'm excited about it.
You're excited about it now? Okay, good. I'm glad. She's gonna keep the desk. We're gonna get new handle, new pulls for the drawers, and we're gonna get her a new chair so she can do her homework, because she's starting 2nd grade. Yes, baby.
I was thinking of like I had something for you.
Can you go? Can you let me finish what I'm doing, please? Oh, you're just gonna stay back there? Okay, can you be quiet at least? Okay, I don't even know where I was at, but oh, victim blaming. Yeah, it's just really sad how often, in order to create a case, the victim has to be blamed. And this happened to me when I was on trial as well for my DADDY, who also ASSAULTED'd me. And when we went on trial, his lawyer, unfortunately, tried to victim blame me. He spent a good amount of time trying to make it seem like I was asking for the ASSAULT. And y'all,
Mom.
I was 11.
Mom.
11.
Mom.
11.
Mom.
Yes, baby. Just really sad.
Breakfast soon.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I have to finish getting ready because I have a job interview, so I need you to go ask. I am not going on a date at 9 in the morning. I'm going to a job interview. I'm getting ready for a job interview. Can you go ask Ransom? Actually, I'll make you some waffles if you just be patient. So anyway, I think that's one of the saddest things that we have seen happen in this case, is that the way that people have been so quick to discredit her. The way people have been so quick to discredit her, the way people have been so quick to throw her under the bus. I think it's okay. It's okay, Revy. If you're gonna be in here, remember I said you gotta be quiet. So your choice. Otherwise, can you go get Reese's phone?
I can't find it.
It's probably under him.
I already checked.
Okay, well, wake him up and tell him that you need it.
But Mom, that's a bad idea.
He's got to get up anyway because he has to babysit you while I go to my job interview. So.
Okay.
He gonna have to deal with it.
Okay. No, Ransom is in charge.
Okay, well, wait. Grab Ransom's phone. Grab one of their phones. Anyway, so... Okay. It's just really, really, really sad to me to see so many people come out in his defense. Additionally, on top of all of that, Meg is not the one who decides. She does not make. She's not deciding how long he goes to prison. She's not deciding his fate. That's not up to her. That was up to a jury. Like, why would anyone have angst towards her for any reason? There is no reason. It's just disappointing. It's disappointing as a multiple abuse survivor. It's incredibly disappointing to see the way that she's being treated, the way this is being handled, the way that people are mad about someone who shot somebody getting time. And also, let me just say that I'm not a fan of the prison industrial complex. I actually hate it. I actually don't even, at the end of the day, I don't even think that the prison system is a good model for how to reform society. There's no reform in prison. You know, I was gonna say you talking to, but you talking to, you're viewing someone who literally had a brother and a father in prison. I mean, my father did end up going to prison. He did lose, by the way, because he did do it. He did assault me. And he got prison time. I don't actually even think he got enough, you know, for what he did to a little girl. He got 8. I think he got 15 years, but he only served 8, you know? So it's a catch-22 for me, because I don't think he got what he deserved for that level of a crime. I think, you know, pedophilia, sexual assault on children, I think deserves way more than 15 years. And at the same time, I saw him go in and he wasn't reformed. There was no reform. There's no reform. And I have a brother who went to prison when I was 14 or 15. He came out a hot mess. There was no reform. So I don't even really believe in the prison industrial complex, just FYI. But I do believe in justice, and I don't think that prison is the best way to always to pursue justice. But I know it sounds like a lot of contradictions, but I also believe that Tory got what he deserved. That is literally exactly what he deserved. And it's a pretty fair sentence. I mean, he could have killed her. And, you know, honestly, it's frustrating, too, because if he had done this to a white woman, can we just be honest, y'all? Can we just be honest that if he had shot a white woman in the foot, this would have been these stories would have been all the way different. The way America capes to protect white women, and when little white girls are missing, white women go through stuff. I mean, white people in general, but white women, especially white women harmed by black men, the world races to protect. And it's very obvious. This is not, yeah, it's very obvious. So the value of life is very, very different, very obvious. I don't know why I'm putting on mascara right now. I usually don't do this, but I went out of order because I'm trying to do this. But anyway, I think this would be a very different story. So I hope today that Meg feels some level of peace. I hope she does not go to the shade room. I hope she does not read all the people coming for her for doing nothing more than just being a victim of a very toxic man. Because if nothing else, if he ain't a narcissist, he is toxic AF. Like, he's the example. Like, if you look up in the dictionary, someone who did something wrong, has no empathy, no appropriate shame, no accountability, no desire to make it right in any way that's meaningful whatsoever, no ability, maybe not even emotionally capable of the ability to make amends, to harm someone in a way that's triggering and terrible. Like, y'all out here acting like being shot is not a terribly violent thing to go through. I actually saw somebody else in the shade room. It was so sad. Somebody in the shade room, a woman said, a black woman too, she said, protect all black women is getting annoying. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be kidding me. And she said something like, it's just a grazed pinky toe. It was like the state of the world, y'all. The state of the world. The state of the world. The state of the world. It's just a grazed pinky toe. I feel like, okay, how about somebody shoot you in your pinky toe and grazes it and publicly, and then denies it, and then gets other people to attack you. Like, let's see how that experience reads for you. If that's not traumatic, to be shot at, to hear a gun go off, to look at your foot and see it bleeding. And she did mention that she had physical limitations and pain for a long time. What's really, really sad to me, y'all, is black women being abuse apologists. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's say he shot her and missed. Let's say it didn't even touch her pinky toe, like by a happy accident or whatever toe it was. I'm sure I'm not sure if it was a pinky toe, but like, it's still traumatic to be shot at. It's like saying, like somebody saying, I just grazed you with the knife and just create like a slice. I didn't kill you. I didn't stab you. It's like, it's still trauma. It's still trauma. And it's just sad. It's still sad. So anyway, I think that's all I have to say about that. If you want to see my completed look, I will put it up in my community tab later. So come back tomorrow, or later today, after my job interview. Whenever I do a get ready with me, I usually don't finish, so I always post the look on my community tab. I am very, very curious on a whole other note. This is the first time I have twisted my hair like the night before, like an actual official twist out, and I'm like, how is this gonna turn out? I have no idea. I see I just missed a chunk. So I'm kind of curious to see if this can turn into something, but yeah, I probably should go so that I'm not running late. But thank you for watching my live. I think if you get anything out of this, it is that we do need to protect black women. It's not annoying. Whoever said that, like, Lord, she needs to sit down and read some books. or even just go to Google and look at statistics. Like the amount of black women who are like, we're at the highest of everything. We're at the highest of being assaulted. The highest of being killed in domestic violence situation. We have the highest stats for everything, every bad thing that you can imagine happening to a woman. Black women experience that more than anyone else, and so for her to say that, it's like, what are you saying? What are you actually saying? Like, I don't know. I think it's really sad, y'all. It's really sad. Sometimes I literally can't get over it. Like, how did you end up here? How did you end up here as a black woman? Did you think protect black women is annoying? I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. Anyway, let me stop this. Pics will go up later. Wish me good luck on my job interview. Bye.